Hello, intuitive friends, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner, as well as intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All the links are there for you. For those of you who are my subscribers, my new viewers, and visitors alike, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this after the live stream, feel free to look down below in the description box and click on your appropriate timestamp. I am channeling messages here for single Taurus, single Virgo, and single Capricorn. So if you are an earth sign, welcome. And if you're single, then these messages are for you. For those of you who are watching me live, welcome. Welcome back, intuitive friends. If you're new to the channel, I welcome you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I left a post in the in the community post. So if you're interested in Okcha 10% discount, I have added that to my post. Great perfume company. I'm not sponsored. I'm just sharing the discount with you guys. So if you're interested, just take a look at the community posts, and there you will find yourself a 10% discount. Okay. That being said, intuitive friends, welcome back to the channel. We're going to start with Taurus, followed up by Virgo, and then Capricorn. And today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on what release may be potentially occurring in December in order to clear your past connections, past emotional memories, mental memories, pretty much clearing your heart chakra so that you can finally open the door to the love that you deserve in 2026. So we're setting up that beautiful stage for a brand new beginning in 2026. And as I've mentioned on my channel several times, 2026 is going to be the year of one. So one is beginnings, okay? New beginnings. That being said, intuitive friends, we're going to start with Taurus, followed up by Virgo. And then last but not least, we're going to end with Capricorn. Now, if you're interested in taking a look at the fire signs, I channeled those messages yesterday, and those already have timestamps. Obviously, the earth signs don't have a timestamp yet, as I am doing the live now, but as soon as I finish doing the live, I will place in the timestamps. All right, that being said, intuitive friends, let us begin with, let me make sure you guys can hear me. Testing. All right, awesome. All right, intuitive friends, we're going to jump and start the reading soon. All right, intuitive friends, let's jump into the readings. Ace. All right, awesome. All right, let us start with Taurus. Hello, Taurus, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or if you are a Taurus in other placements on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, connections, relationships, marriage, or partnership, then these messages are also for you. So that means if you have Taurus in your Venus, okay, you know, Venus is your ruler, Taurus, so that's super important there. If you have Taurus in your Venus, Taurus in your Juno, or Taurus in your fifth, or Taurus in your seventh house, then these messages are also for you. Okay, That being said, Taurus, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All those links are there for you. That being said, Taurus, welcome back. Today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on what release may be potentially occurring in the month of December in order for you to clear your past connections, meaning like the memories, the emotions, the residual energy in your heart chakra so that you can finally open the door to the love that you deserve. Okay, Taurus? So let's take a look here at what's coming through for you. What release may be potentially occurring in December, and something just flipped over all by its lonesome self. So let's take a look. It says release judgment. Now I'm going to take out two here, Taurus, because I see two cards. I see releasing judgment, and there's one here doing a little peekaboo. So we'll do that. So let's pull releasing judgment, and the other one is stories we tell ourselves. Okay, so let's take a look here at what that may be about here for you. So releasing judgment says, do not fear your darkness. You are not good or bad. You are human and evolving. So releasing judgment, releasing the inner critic. It's interesting. Sagittarius had something connected to inner critic. So maybe you have Sagittarius in other placements on your chart. But releasing judgment, releasing the inner critic, releasing the guilt, the remorse, the man, I should have done that differently, or I should have done that better. It's giving self-reflection, but it's self-reflection in a way that you may be a little bit hard on yourself from time to time. Okay. Now, Taurus, you are ruled by Venus, and of course, Venus also rules Libra, but Venus is it influences, obviously, uh, relationships, how we value others, how others value us. And Taurus, as a single Taurus here, you're the type of person who you give your all. Come hell or high water, you will stick by someone through the thick and thin of it. And because you stand by someone through the thick and thin of it, and due to the fact that you are known as a patient sign, at times you don't want things to end. So you rather stick in and see, how can we fix this? How can we build? How can we mend? It takes a lot for a Taurus to take steps back and say, it's time for me to remove myself from this energy, especially when there's a lot of emotional connection in the friendship or in the connection or in the partnership. And there are times here, Taurus, this is coming across as past situations, circumstances, or events. As much as you've wanted to stay, whether you decided not to in your past or recent past, or whether others decided to move away, there is a sense here of feeling like maybe, feeling a failure, feeling of, man, why is it that I am so good in fill in the blank in your other areas in your life? Why is it so complex or challenging when it comes to my love life? So that's that type of energy here that I'm picking up in regards to releasing judgment. So allowing yourself to understand that those choices that you made and those chances that you gave, and the fact that you stood perhaps in situations, circumstances, events, maybe breakup, separation, or divorces in the past or recent past, you did so because you really cared, because you really thought there was hope, and that it's not failure, but it's a moment for you to take a look at those moments and say, well, you know what? In hindsight, now 2020, now I am either more emotionally mature, I have, increased my emotional intelligence. Now, I went through those things as lessons, shadows that I needed to confront within myself, because as we know, we heal in different ways. There are moments that it's super important for us to heal from a breakup, separation, or divorce individually, right? By ourselves. And then we also heal when we are in connections and partnerships. So this is coming across here, Taurus, as you releasing those judgments, okay? That overly critical type of magnifying glass that you may be placing over situations here that may have happened in 2025, or other connections that you may have had in the past or recent past. We have here stories we tell ourselves. You are narrating your life through the lens of limitation, or is it that you're narrating your life through the lens of empowerment? So your perspective is super important here. How are you viewing your love life? How are you viewing those moments and those lessons in love? Do you look at it as the glass half full, even if things didn't work out, right? Even if things in the past or recent past didn't work out, can you see it through the lens of a lesson being learned? So if you look at it through the lens of a lesson being learned, then you're looking at it through a positive way. Or do you just look at what didn't work? Okay. So we're going to dive in to other layers here in regards to your okay, Ace, you need to chomp that bone on there. Okay. All right. My apologies here, Taurus. Ace has an amazing smoked bone, and he continues to bring it to the floor. Okay. All right. Let's go a little deeper here, Taurus. Let's see what release may be potentially occurring in December in order to clear past connections. And finally, here, open the door to new love, or to the love that, ooh, look at that. Overthinking. That's what flipped over. See? Overthinking, critical analysis, the self-critic. You have overthinking here, and it says thoughts and emotions are tangled up, leading to overthinking. Okay, very much here connected to the releasing of judgments, and very much connected here to what type of story is it that you are telling yourself here. What script are you replaying over and over in your mind and in your heart? And so this is saying here that these energies here need to be released, or maybe you are releasing them here in the month of December. Okay, let's take a look here at what else is coming through for you. All right. All right. You have frustrated. I'm irritated. Oh, you have two cards here. Frustrated and sage advice. Interesting, because these are the two, and you also have sage advice. But interesting, because this card here says stories we tell ourselves is exactly what I was talking about a little while ago in regards to, are you replaying in your mind the story of, are you seeing the glass half full, which is you being able to see the lessons that you learned, things that you have outgrown, the things that have changed your perception, perhaps, and maybe even the manner in which you may be or have in the past or recent past been overgiving. Remember, overgiving is a trauma response. People pleasing is a trauma response. Not wanting to rock the boat is a trauma response. So, this is saying here, Taurus, frustrated, I'm irritated with what I can't control, and I want you to feel as badly as I do. So, there may have been challenges here, situations, circumstances, or events in the past or recent past that really frustrated you in past connections. Not only that, but the fact that, as I mentioned earlier here, Taurus, you may have been in connections way longer than you needed to be. And so there was a part of you that may have wanted to control, to fix, not control as manipulation, but control as we need to keep trying, fixing, mending, and repairing. And as they always say, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink, right? So there may have been things here, Taurus, that you weren't able to fix, to mend, or to repair in past connections, okay, within the connection here. So there may have been levels of frustration, which is saying here, Taurus, that what your release can potentially, or the release that may be potentially occurring here in the month of December, is for you to clear all this, right? To clear the overthinking, to clear the past frustrations, to clear the judgments or your harsh internal critic. Sage advice here says, my wisdom is rooted in experience. I can offer a fresh perspective. Validation, confirmation, talked about that a little earlier with the glass half full or half empty. So there's a part of you here, Taurus, that in retrospect, now, in hindsight 2020, you see and understand here the wisdom behind the things that you have endured in your past or recent past, or in 2025 regarding your love life. Okay. Now let's continue to unfold this reading here, intuitive friends, and let's see what else is coming through for you. To give clarity to releasing judgment and stories we tell ourselves, let's see what else is coming through for you here, Taurus. Single Taurus, let's see what's coming through for you. Now remember, we're uncovering here, unfolding what release may be potentially occurring in your love life here in the month of December, in order for you to clear the past, the residual emotions, memories, so that you can finally open the door to love, the love that you deserve, and the love that you are attracting in 2026. Let's dive a little deeper here. And we have here independence, carving your own path. And Taurus, it feels here that maybe you've been single for quite some time. You've been able to find the wisdom, and perhaps here continue to find or gain wisdom of those breakup, separation, or divorce, those instances here that you were confronted by those memories of the past and recent past, and through you individually reflecting, right, thinking about, doing that self-reflection, doing that healing, that growth, you've gone or grown wiser, but you've really have been focusing on you here with this independence. Maybe you've been focusing on your passion. We have a lot of red here. Your passion, your inspiration, your motivation, your ambition. So maybe you have placed your love life on hold, or maybe in the back burner. And so here in December, this is saying, through all that work that you've been doing, You've been clearing, or you will be clearing here in the month of December, your path. Clearing the path so that you can continue to grow wiser and be more experienced, okay? And gain a whole different perspective here. All right, let's take a look with overthinking. Let's see what else is coming through for you. Of course, after this reading, I will be channeling Virgo, and then after Virgo Capricorn. So if you're watching me live, intuitive friends, welcome. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. For those of you who are watching after the live stream, don't forget, if these messages are resonating for you, drop a rose in the comment section. That lets me know that these messages are resonating for you. All right, let's take a look here, single Taurus, what clarity we have here with overthinking. Remember, we're taking a look and seeing here what release may be potentially occurring here in the month of December in order for you to clear your past memories, emotions, connections, so that you can finally open the door to the love that you deserve in 2026. Clearing that heart chakra. And you have here, look at this, the one who brings light. Yeah, there's this beautiful sense of feeling lighter, brighter. Now, this person here, let me see, is there, yeah, their eyes are open, but like slightly, they're facing forward. There's a sense of like, I can now confront, I can now move forward, which again, very similar here to carving your own path. You can move forward. Here in December, for some of you, it's about the healing, the looking into the self-sabotaging thoughts, limited beliefs, perspectives, and you saying to yourself, I'm ready. I'm ready to look at those experiences that I either endured in 2025 or in the past, breakup, separation, or divorce, and I now understand. I'm letting go of the frustration in December. I'm letting go of the overthinking, right? I'm letting go of seeing the glass half empty, and I'm releasing my inner critic. I'm releasing the judgment, not only about myself, but of the perception that you may have about your love life. So here with the one who brings light, we have light, serenity, beacon. And I feel here, Taurus, that in the month of December, not only are you unfolding and releasing this energy, but your own experiences here that you've endured, the heartbreak, the sadness, the pain, the rebuilding, you using all of those emotions to really fire up your passion, career, finances, okay? Your nest egg, your job, your profession, or other areas of your life, the connections that you have with friends, family, and loved ones. It's like you're able to speak with a sense of wisdom to others as well. So it's like you're passing along some golden nuggets here. Okay? So very, very interesting reading here for you. Last but not least here, Taurus, let's take a look at the last and final clarity here for frustrated. Again, energy that you may be releasing here in the month of December. And then you have sage advice. The wisdom that you have found through love's pitfalls. All right, let's take a look here, single Taurus. What release may be potentially occurring in December in order to clear your past residual energies, memories, emotions, connections from the, oh, that did a very big peekaboo. So we have the devil and the Devil in Tarot, which is ruled by Capricorn, okay, another earth sign. Now, for some of you, Capricorn may be part of this reading. Maybe you have Capricorn on your other placements on your astrological natal chart, but the Devil card in Tarot is about you freeing yourself from the frustration, the overthinking, and the judgments that you may have about yourself or about your love life in general. And so here with the Devil card in Tarot, what you're releasing here potentially in the month of December are those attachments, those perspectives, that narrative. Let's see what else is coming through. You have here the Judgment card in Tarot. I feel here, Taurus, there's going to be a turnaround here, an epiphany. There's the aha moment here, which makes sense, a lot of sense here with sage advice. My wisdom is rooted in experience. So you releasing those perspectives, that frustration, the judgment, as it says here, you are human and evolving. You're looking at this love life, this area of your love life with a sense of awareness, a sense of seeing something through a different lens, renewal. Okay. And it feels here that in December, as you're continuing to do the releasing, it's really preparing you here, Taurus, for you to feel like maybe I can give love another chance. Especially here with this epiphany, with the Judgment card in Tarot. That you look at your past, not so much the past hurt and pain and heartbreak. See, releasing the Judgment with a sense of compassion and with a sense of wisdom. As I said, saying to yourself, you know what, there are things that I needed to learn. And I learned them through those instances where I was in a past connection and through the heartbreak and the pain. And now I know better. So because I know better, I'm able to do better. Right? So the Judgment card here says the following. By the way, you have two major arcanas. So it feels like this is like a process that you've been really evolving from here. Maybe already. Granted, this is talking about December energy, and I feel that it will continue, but it feels like you've been in this journey of this clearing for quite some time here. You have, I look back with compassion for myself. And there's a lot of green here. And as you know, the heart chakra, which, by the way, Taurus, if I were you, I would use the heart chakra frequency of mending, fixing, repairing, healing, and unblocking your heart chakra with 639 hertz solfeggio frequency, sound healing. And sure enough, that trumpet is all here. It's in this like green. Now it's interesting because it's kind of like taking over all the other chakras. So this Judgment card, it's like you're renewing your ability to love again, or your ability to allow yourself to open your heart again. And set the stage up here for 2026. Now, I see also here what looks like butterflies. Okay. It's giving butterfly energy. As you know, butterflies are all about cycles. So you may be entering a new cycle in 2026, But the important takeaway here, Taurus, is you really being able not only to release these energies that I channeled here, but also the fact that you're embracing your ability to see the lessons here from the past, for you to look at a new horizon with a sense of enlightenment, a sense of looking at the brighter side rather than the glass half empty. So yes, Taurus, what a beautiful reading. Again, it says, I look back with compassion for myself. And wow, very, very nice. That being said, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me here. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section if these messages have resonated for you. Up next, we have Virgo. In the meantime, Taurus, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Hello, intuitive friends, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you so much for your thumbs up. Don't forget, intuitive friends, that if you are interested in a discount, I did place a discount in my community post. Take a look. It is not, I am not being sponsored, but I am just sharing the joy of 10% off. So take a look in the community posts so that you can know what that's about. I posted it up last night. Thank you so much, intuitive friends, for giving me a thumbs up on those posts. All right, intuitive friends, we're going to keep going here. If you're interested in the other placements, then feel free to take a look at the Aries reading. Aries, actually not just Aries reading, the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I already posted those last night. I did a live reading last night, and those are already posted for you. After the earth signs, I will be channeling messages for the air signs. And then last but not least, the water signs. They may not be both tonight, but I will be doing them throughout the weekend, okay? I will be doing a super chat live after this live. So if you are interested in some tea being spilled, let's spill the tea. What's going on with, I will be coming up shortly for those of you who are interested in the super chat live. We had a lot of a really nice turnout the other day. Hope your holidays have been great. My Thanksgiving was calm, cool, and serene. Hopefully you are all doing well. All right, intuitive friends, we're going to jump into the next reading, and that is, of course, for Virgo. Don't forget, intuitive friends, click that like button and drop a rose in the comment section if these messages resonate for you. Please know that the December readings are on the channel. They're coming by. I'm dropping them every day. So make sure that you take a look at the December readings for your signs. Now, of course, down below in the description box, you will see I have Cafe Astrology. So if you're interested in learning more about other placements on your astrological natal chart, I have provided a free link. I am not affiliated with the free link that I have placed in the description box. But if you know your exact time of birth, and yes, it needs to be exact, then of course you're going to get more information about your astrological natal chart. But if you don't know your exact time of birth, that's fine. You can find out a little bit, you can find out about other placements on your astrological natal chart, roughly here and there, right? So that is down below for you. Up next, let's continue, I should say. Let's continue with Virgo. Single Virgos. Hello, single Virgo, and welcome back to the channel. If you are a Virgo sun, moon, rising, then these messages are for you. And if you have other placements on your astrological natal chart, such as in placements that focus on love, partnerships, connections, marriage, relationships. And those placements are if you have Virgo in your Venus, or if you have Virgo in your Juno, or if you have Virgo in your 5th house, or if you have Virgo in your 7th house, then these messages are also for you. So thank you so much, Virgo. If you're interested in finding out more about those placements, look down below in the description box. That information is down below for you. And yes, it is a free link. And no, I do not have any affiliations with Cafe Astrology. I'm just, as always, bringing you free resources and tools that you can use for self-development. So these messages are for single Virgo. Welcome, single Virgo. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a 2nd degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my links are down below. Intuitive friends, for those of you who are my subscribers, my new viewers, and visitors alike, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. We're now on Virgo for those of you who are watching me live. All right, single Virgo, let's see here what I am channeling for you this evening. Our messages focusing on what release may be potentially occurring in the month of December in order for you to clear your past connections, past memories, past emotions, so that you can finally open the door, open that heart chakra to the love that you deserve and the love that you've been manifesting for 2026. So let's take a look at what we need to release and let go, so that we can all do that in our signs. And by the way, if you know your Venus, you should be taking a look at your Venus sign on your astrological natal chart. Guess what here, Virgo? You have the shadow's gift. Within darkness lies wisdom. The pain you've endured is shaping you into someone stronger. So, the breakup, separation, divorce, the heartbreak, the pain, those have allowed you to see the shadows that needed to be healed in connections that maybe, obviously you're single now, right? So they didn't work, but they worked for you in a different way. They worked for you to see what are or were the things that still needed healing within you. Very similar to the Taurus reading here, in the sense that you have 2 ways to look at the past, the heartbreak. You can look at it as in a negative way, like, oh, that person did this and they did that and this, that, and the other. But you could also take a look at it in a different lens and say, you know what? I learned X, Y, and Z from those past connections. Whether those connections have been in 2025 or whether those connections have been very much in the past. They've allowed you to confront parts within your heart and yourself that needed to be brought to light. And I know that it may not have been easy, but guess what? It's made you stronger. And so the shadow's gift is taking a look at those old patterns, taking a look at the shadow self, taking a look at those moments during the heartbreak, separation, or divorce that made you feel powerless, and bring your power back. Take your power back. Okay, let's see here what else is coming through for you. So what release may be potentially occurring in December here is you confronting those fears, confronting the shadow, your shadow self, and paying attention to what was it that I really wasn't looking at before? What was it that I may have overlooked that allowed certain things to happen. What is it that I see? Look at that. You have uncovered truth. What are some, because this is making a whole lot of sense here, Virgo, because when we face our shadow self, the shadows, the residual energy, residual memories, residual emotions, that breakup, separation, or divorce, whether it was in 2025 or before, again, like I said, has shined the light in those areas here that need to be really taken a look at. And that takes a level of bravery here for you to stand in your power and say, look, no matter how difficult that was, let me take a look and do a little bit of self-reflection so that I see not just what quote unquote happened to me, but rather what happened for me. Let me sit down, meditate, take a look in the month of December and uncover. Listen, Virgo, you are the ruler of the Hermit card in Tarot. So the Hermit card in Tarot is about that self-reflection, not about being too critical, but looking at things from the point of view of this happened for me, and it happened for me so that I could shine the light on what I need to learn more about myself so that I can confront the shadow self and truthfully be able to say, okay, yes, those things happened. Yes, there was pain, breakup, separation, or divorce, but how can I turn that around? How can, look at this. You see this man here? Very much like the Hermit card in Tarot here, Virgo. Again, the card that you rule, the major arcana that you rule I was going to say Taurus, in Tarot. So this release that may be potentially occurring in December is you analyzing, not critically overthinking, but analyzing, uncovering the truth within yourself and being I feel logical, analytical here, but I don't feel overly critical. Okay. So there's this sense of you viewing, what do I still need to work on so that I am coming to 2026 with my heart chakra unblocked and open to receive and accept, right? Let's go a little bit deeper here, Virgo. Let's see what else is coming through for you. It says, uncovered evidence will change your view on things. It's as if you look at something in a very logical, rational, analytical way, you'll come to learn more about why certain things ended the way that they did, and allow you to confront your fears. Because I feel here, Virgo, there's still residual energies very much connected to that part of you that went through, the heartbreak, the separation, the breakup, and the divorce, or the divorce. And what happens is you don't want to stay stuck to what happened. And especially if the first thing that you say to yourself when you meet someone is, oh yeah, but what happened to me in the past was, that's creating here a challenge. So let's see what else What release may be potentially occurring here in closure? Look at that. Ding, 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 ding. Remember that I said that the moment you meet someone or that you're starting to talk to someone, you start going back into the past, just like this man is looking at the past, but look at that, looking in the trash can. Look at that. And so what you're healing, releasing, is you putting closure, even if certain things here the other person didn't close out, even if you feel that there was a lack of closure or things left unsaid or not done, or however that may be. It's like you finally taking back your power. As I mentioned at the top of the reading, you're taking back your power, and you're saying, even if something was not properly closed out in regards to love, I will take it upon myself to clear it and close it, because in 2026, I want to attract at the frequency I'm at. And we don't want to be in the frequency of self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. We want to be in the frequency of abundance. So closure says here, it's time to resolve look at this. It's time to resolve unfinished business and move forward in our lives. I mean, how clear can that be? How much clearer can that be here, Virgo? So it's you finally saying to yourself, okay, it's time to empty. You know how when you have you have your recycling bin, there's a lot of trash there, but it's not, you haven't taken out the trash, right? Symbolically here, Virgo, this is saying it's time to take out the trash, not just have the trash bin with all the trash in it. It is time to empty, delete it, let it go. Pictures, texts, talking about the past, talking about, oh, this is the reason why every time. Shift it. Because like I said before this card of closure popped out of the deck, I specifically said you tend to bring, and this is how it's coming out. Remember, I said this is what you keep bringing to every connection. That there's a possibility to start new. You start, because this happened in the past, because that happened in the past, because I'm her, because it wasn't fair, so you keep like a hamster on the hamster wheel. Keep talking about the past, digging in the past, trying to find excuses on why you do what you do, instead of saying, you know what, that's it. I'm going to reclaim my power. And no matter what happened for me, not to me, for me in the past or recent past, I am now closing this chapter once and for all. And I'm not going to allow my fears and limited mindset to keep me away from the potential of beautiful connections that I can attract in my energy field in 2026, because 2026 is the year of one, and one in numerology is about new beginnings. So let's keep going forward. Let's get more clarity here. All right, the shadow's self. I'm sorry, the shadow's gift. So see, this is what I was saying here, Virgo. Like those breakup, separation, and divorce, it was a gift. It was a gift because it made you confront certain things that either you needed to heal within yourself, or that you needed to really see, or that you needed experience in. And that confronting of those things, as I always say, we heal individually within ourselves alone, but then we also heal through connections. We don't live in a vacuum. How do you know that you've healed from something unless You don't have the stimuli to stimulate the fear, the lack mindset. Because once you're confronted with that, and if it still hurts, if it still bothers, if it's still the same knee-jerk reaction, then we're not healed. And so when we know better, we do better. So let's take a look here at the Shadows gift. What else is coming through? The Shadows gift. More clarity. And we have here, look at that. Vision. You see? The past has been a lesson learned, experience under your belt, new ways for you to say to yourself, okay, now I know how to handle that situation better, move about it in a different way. And you have both the dragon and the person here contemplating the future. So as you do and move, I want to say, yeah, you have two cards that are looking at the past. It's time to stop replaying the past storyline, the past memories, the past reasons why this, why that. Oh, because no. Reframe that. By the way, Virgo, I have a great nighttime affirmation. Okay, nighttime affirmation with Lexa Tarot that I created to help you, shift your mindset here right before you go to sleep. It is an affirmation for you to allow yourself to bring your mind to a sense of positivity, because as we know, where our mind goes, energy flows. What we bring about, what we think about, we bring about. Let's see here with the uncovered truth what's coming through for you here, Virgo. The one who waits. The one who waits for the closing of those chapters. The one who allows themselves to heal, mend, and fix and repair, and waits for the right time to be able to open new chapters in 2026. And so this December is coming across as a person who's taking their time to provide that closure within your heart, to allow yourself to release. Okay, and this is not a one-time thing. This is something that needs to occur, continuously. Because the more that you're able to let go of that shadow self, of the scripts, the more that you're able to say to yourself, okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to open a new chapter. That's a butterfly, by the way. It's very interesting because the butterfly is equally as bright as these two here when it's talking about vision. And so here in December, I feel that you are envisioning yourself in a position where you're much more healed, much more ready, because as I said, you've pressed delete in that recycling bin. You've emptied it, or you will be emptying it in 2025, December 2025, so that you can have that new beginning of 2026 with that beautiful butterfly ready to unfold. I'm also getting here that you may be more socially, like a social butterfly. I'm getting here also, which is interesting. Spreading your wings. All right, let's see what else is coming through here for you, Virgo. Single Virgo here, under closure. What's coming through here for you? What release may be potentially occurring here in December in order to clear your past connections? Look at that. Validation, confirmation, Bing, 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 bing. Told you the power of one. Aces are all about one, and 2026 is, if you take all the digits of the number 2026 and you add it together, it is the number 10. But in numerology, we only look at one digit. So if we take away that 0, we're left with the number 1, and the number 1 is about new beginnings. That's why it's super important here for you, single Virgo, to release and to close, to provide closure for yourself so that you can have a brand new beginning. Like I've been saying, by the way, those are 2 cards there. I don't know what the second card is, but we'll see it in a minute. Like I was saying here with the butterfly. New cycle, new beginning. And by the way, wow, talk about validation confirmation. Look at that vision. What number is it there? Oop, over here. What number does it say? 1. I'm telling you, I feel here, Virgo, your year in regards to at the very least in 2026, you being very much open to this new chapter in your life, in your heart. Because remember, 2025, if you add all those numbers, you get the number 9. And the number 9 is a number in numerology is about closure, because we only look at single digits. So 9s are about closing chapters. Hence, you have closure here. And 1s are all about new beginnings, which you have 1, and I mentioned it here with the symbology here, the symbol of the butterfly, because butterfly is a symbol of new beginning and of a cycle that ended, that you closed, and then you're opening up slowly. There's no rush here. You're not rushing, which is great, because that allows you to really take your time. Not because you're afraid of opening up a new chapter, but because you're doing the work within yourself. So the Ace of Pentacles says here, and I don't know what the other card is, so I'm going to leave it just like that, because I'm going to see what's coming through here with the Ace of Pentacles. It says, I am always rewarded for all that I do. So the universe here, your higher self, your hard work and what I mean hard work, I mean consistency. Remember, Pentacles is your energy here, Virgo, because Pentacles are the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So by placing in the patience, which I talked about here, the patience, okay, not rushing, the patience, the determination, the tenacity, and the consistency. You're going to be rewarded for that. You're going to be rewarded for that closure, because remember, this card is giving more validation, is giving more clarity here to closure. So this is giving validation confirmation to what I was channeling earlier. So you do your work, you're going to get rewarded. Now, is it going to be overnight? No. But with time, there will be something here of more stability. By the way, malachite, green crystal, a lot having to do with the heart chakra. Now let's see what comes after this. 9 of Swords. Look at that. Look what you're closing. You're closing the 9 of Swords. You're closing the haunting thoughts, the sleepless nights, the thinking, the maybe even dreams that, nightmares, dreams, maybe the things that float in your mind at nighttime when you're trying to go to sleep. You're thinking about your love life, or you're thinking about the past, or you're thinking about the pain. You're letting this go. 9 of Swords says here, I trust the present moment. And you trust that the present moment in December is going to be the one of closure. The one that you are saying to yourself, it's time to resolve unfinished business and move forward in your own life. You're going to settle what needs to be settled within you emotionally, in your heart chakra, letting it go so that you can have this beautiful new beginning. Okay. Very, very powerful reading here, Virgo. Virgo, I hope these messages have resonated for you. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and continue to subscribe, Virgo, and I will see you soon. Up next, we have Capricorn. Intuitive friends, thank you so much for tuning in and for dropping by. I love the fact I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up here. Thank you for your love, your loyalty, and your support. And by the way, for those of you that are watching, take a look at the community post. I just drop there a 10% discount if you're interested. It is not a promotion. I'm just extending the discount that was given to me and to my followers and subscribers. So if you would like to see what that is, just take a look in the community post. I just posted it last night. Okay, especially in this time of giving and holiday shopping and all that great stuff. Okay. That being said, intuitive friends, if you like what you're watching and you like what you're seeing, well, and you're not part of the channel yet, if you're not subscribed to the channel, considering subscribing. I do free readings, free mini readings. I do free mini readings on my channel. Okay, so if you want to be able to take part in those free mini readings, well, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell and all alerts, and whenever I come on to do a free mini reading, you will be notified. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. Those free mini readings do fill up very, very quickly. So as soon as you get that alert, if it is a free mini reading, well, hurry up and get to the chat, because that's where I start writing down the important information, which is the list. Okay, so again, thank you so much, intuitive friends. Up next, we have Capricorn. Capricorn, you are coming up. Intuitive friends, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and your support. Don't forget to take a look at your December readings. They are there for you already. And the more you know about your astrological natal chart, the more that you're able to look at other aspects and other areas, which may be very, very helpful in many different ways, okay? Especially in your love sector. If you don't know who is your Venus on your astrological natal chart, I welcome for you to take a look down below in the description box. Another free tool and resource. Last time I checked, it was free. So double check that. But yeah, I have no affiliations with Cafe Astrology, but that's where I also have gotten my own astrological natal chart information. So if you're interested in that, just look down below in the description box. And I'll talk about in a minute what areas on that astrological natal chart you need to look at, right? Just give me a moment, because I'll repeat it in a few. Now, last but not least, we're going to be channeling messages here for Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome. If you are a single Capricorn in your sun, moon, rising, or if you are a Capricorn in areas on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, relationships, marriage, connections, partnership, and those areas are if you're a Capricorn in your Venus, or if you're a Capricorn in your Juno, or if you're a Capricorn in your 5th house, or if you're a Capricorn in your 7th house, then these messages are also for you. That being said, welcome, Capricorn. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a 2nd-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my information and links are down below. For those of you who are my subscribers, my new viewers, and visitors alike, I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to take a look at your December readings, and also take a look at the community post, as I do have a percentage off there. It'll make sense once you see it. It's the only picture that is showing a bunch of gifts that I gave myself. But I do want to pass along the 10% off. So take a look at that in the community post. That being said, Capricorn, let's take a look here at what release may be potentially occurring in December in order to clear your past connections, memories, emotions, heartbreak, residual energies that may be still there, still lingering from past connections, situations, circumstances, events, breakup, separation, divorce. Okay, we're going to take a closer look here and see what is coming through for you. What release may be potentially occurring in December in order for you to clear your past connections, your heart chakra, those memories, so that you can finally open the door to the love sector of your life, your heart chakra, the love that you've been manifesting in 2026. Okay, we're setting up the stage for 2026. So let's see what's coming through for you, Capricorn. Single Capricorn, you have here, healing takes time. Progress is not always linear. Trust the even setbacks. Oh, trust that even setbacks are part of the process. Okay, so you see this person sitting on the ground, okay, rooted to the ground. So their root chakra, 396 hertz solfeggio frequency, you should be hearing that or listening to that sound healing to help you feel a little bit more grounded here, especially if you feel like you're kind of like not as stable or secure in your love life, so that you can begin the healing process here or continue the healing process. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. Now, this person is sitting here on the ground and they're looking at those mountains, and those mountains are those moments, that breakup, separation, divorce, those connections that didn't work out for whatever reason. And this person is looking at it. So here in December, there may be a part of you here that is wanting to or continuing to release and clear those symbolic mountains from your heart chakra. There have been moments here that perhaps in 2025 have been, that connection or those connections or that heartbreak, it has been dead, done, and over with. And I'm good. I'm just moving forward. I'm just on my merry old way. But then comes that either full moon or that quiet moment where all of a sudden emotions, memories may surface or resurface. And here in December, this is about you saying to yourself, okay, I've taken 20 steps forward, and it's okay if I've taken 10 steps back or 5 steps back from time to time, because those 5 steps back, even though you've gone 20 steps forward, those 5 steps back have allowed you to understand that healing is not linear. Healing is not like, okay, it's healing and, it's going to be straight, perfectly fine after that. No, there are times where it does surface a memory, a name, seeing someone's birthday that, that was your ex or something like that. A dream, a nightmare, when you least expect it. And then you say to yourself, man, I've done so well. I haven't thought about this person. I've just left, those memories in the past. And man, like now I feel crummy because I'm feeling those emotions again. Maybe I'm not doing or healing in the right way. And that's not the case. You're healing in the way that you are meant to heal and meant to at times take those steps back in order for you to grow stronger and to really see, well, why was I triggered by that person's name? Why was I triggered by seeing their, I don't know, birthday, or hearing that song, or coming across a memory of some sorts. So Capricorn, this is in a way here allowing you to release that sense of like, maybe I haven't been doing the work as I should have, or something like that, being a little bit critical about that. And also understanding that, again, there's ebbs and flows with everything. There are times that you're going to feel like you're at the peak of that mountain, that you feel better, you feel good, you feel strong, you think you're ready. And then there are moments here where a memory or an emotion may pop up, and it then brings you back to assess, why is that still triggering me, or why is that memory resurfacing? Is it because I still need to heal that? Maybe I'm not fully cleared from that situation, circumstance, event, pain, grief, loss, heartache. But progress, as it says here, is not always linear. And trust that you are doing the right thing. Trust that you are healing at the speed that you're meant to heal, And it's funny because I'm seeing here clairvoyantly, it's very different to heal, like different. It's interesting because I'm being shown like a bone fracture may take longer to heal than just that, versus like a paper cut, right? And some things run deeper, and that loss and that grief and that sadness may have gone deeper than perhaps other situations here, breakup or separation or divorce. And the ones that run deeper may take longer time to heal from. So again, this process is moving at the pace that you are allowing yourself to unfold as time goes on. All right, let's see. Let's get more clarity here, Capricorn. What else is coming through for you? And we have here pretending to be fine. Didn't I just say that a little while ago? You take 20 steps forward and you're like, I'm good. I'm fine. I feel great. There's nothing wrong. That past connection. Oof. I'm healed. I'm good. And then all of a sudden it sneaks up on you, and it's coming across like memories. Like the memory, see the smoke here, and the smoke is being trapped into this smiley face. So there may be times that you pretend to be a lot stronger than what you are, and you may feel like showing that sense of vulnerability is too much, right? And so this is saying it's okay. It's okay not to be fine. It's okay to say, you know what? That dream or that memory or that whatever this may be here in the month of December, maybe even the holidays, that may trigger something. And it's okay for you to take a step back and take a moment to just say, all right, let me give myself the time that I need to heal from this memory or from this emotion. So listening to the heart chakra frequency of 639 hertz, solfeggio frequency, sound healing, very good. The root chakra here, and again, I picked that up here with this card here, the root chakra frequency of 396 hertz solfeggio frequency. So doing the root chakra first and then your heart chakra may be a great strategy in trying to help you mend, fix, and repair that, healing process here, right? To continue with it. Remember, we want to close these chapters in 2025 so that we can leave room and allow ourselves to open up to the possibility here of a brand new start in 2026, since 2026 is the year of one, which is all about beginnings, new beginnings. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here at what else is coming through. What I'm getting here also, Capricorn, it's okay. Give a good cry. Let it all out so that you can really be fine, not just pretend to be fine, right? All right, let's take a look here. What else is coming through for you, single Capricorn? Apathetic. I prefer to remain focused on my life right now. Remember what I just said a little while ago? That kind of mask of saying, I'm fine. Listen, I'm good. I've taken 20 steps forward. I'm not thinking about X, Y, and Z. And it's saying it may be a coping mechanism. You may be pretending to be fine when in reality there's more healing that needs to take place. And if that is the case here, then December, it's saying here that potentially it is time for you to really sit with yourself in the month of December and really go back, check underneath that symbolic bandage and see, is the wound really healed or is it just that I'm placing a bandage over it because I don't want to allow myself to be vulnerable and let it all out from my heart, from my mind, or whatever this may be. So, yeah, very interesting. From the top of the reading, 3 different decks showing the same energy over and over again. So, I do feel here that this depth, this, and I'm also feeling here, by the way, Capricorn, that you may have been using your work, your career, your job as a way of self-soothing or coping from this healing that needs to take place in your heart chakra. And so you've chosen to focus on what you can control, not in a manipulative way, but in a way of like, you're focusing on, something that you can give to that won't break your heart, or that you can give to and see positive results. Okay. Which, like I say, listen, that type of focus, it's fine. But if you're not doing it in moderation, because remember, Capricorn, you rule the devil card in tarot. So it's easy for you to slip into being a workaholic. Everything is good, but in moderation, right? So let's see what's coming through here for you, single Capricorn, with healing takes time. What release may be potentially occurring here in December in order for you to clear your past connections? And look at that. You have visions. By the way, I want to say Virgo had the same card here in the same placement. So again, it's you envisioning now what you want to see in your potential love life here in 2026. It's contemplating the future. It's healing in the month of December, allowing yourself to understand that, there are going to be times there's going to be really good, you're going to feel really wonderful, and then there are times that there may be a little bit of a setback, but those setbacks are just a mere moment. It is momentary. It's just temporary. It's not something that you need to stay in, or it doesn't mean that you may not be ready, right? It may just mean that you just need to heal that section a little bit more, pay a little bit close attention to why that hurt, that pain, that grief, that loss is resurfacing. But I do feel that there is this energy here that's talking about you really envisioning, maybe even revising your checklist, revising what you've been manifesting, revising your beliefs and your values. remember, those change as we move, as we grow, as we, I've been single for 2 years, and I will tell you that I look at my checklist, from, what, from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I look at my list now after having gone through a breakup, and I will tell you, I've revised it again, So it's a process. And that's how this is coming through. That as you're doing that healing and that releasing, it's okay to go back to the drawing board and say, you know what I thought may have worked, actually, I need to add this little bit, or I need to tweak this little bit. And so when I manifest, right? So when you manifest closer to what your reality is and the things that you've learned up to this point. So very, very interesting here and in depth. Very, very deep there. All right, let's go to the next section here, and that's pretending to be fine. We're going to gain more clarity here in regards to this card. So it says, you appear strong outwardly while feeling vulnerable. See? So again, it's kind of wearing a mask so that others may think that, you're good and you're fine, but in reality, you may not be. And so why is this important? It's important because if you're faking the healing, then what happens is you're going to carry into your new connection or friendship or someone that you may meet in 2026. And you can bring all these mountains, which are symbolisms of challenges and blockages, and you're just lugging them into your next relationship. And so we never want to do that. We want to give a person that we meet a fair chance, right? If something doesn't work, it's not because of anything from the past. It's because something that we, both needed to learn in this specific moment, right? So you want to set yourself up for success, and setting yourself up for success here, Capricorn, is all about you kind of digging into this work and releasing this. Now, let's take a look here at what else is coming through here for you, Capricorn. Single Capricorn, pretending to be fine. Let's get more clarity here. And there you go. You have the one who resists, fearlessness, justified, resistance. Okay? What needs to be worked on? The vulnerability. Allowing yourself to understand why you feel the way you feel, right? To understand that it's okay to take 20 steps forward and take 5 back, because the 5 back is allowing you to get in touch with the vulnerability side of you. Okay? Justified and resistance. There may have been occasions here in 2025 where you may have gone on a date, where you may have, started to get to know someone, but your past residual energy of either being resistant to allowing yourself to learn through a new connection, or that you felt that a storyline that you've been hanging on to has been justified, because maybe here there was a sense of backstabbing in the past or recent past. Okay? And so that is that kind of trauma here that needs to be healed, that needs to be released, so that you can clear those mountains. You may feel like, oh, well, it's justified. Me working and thinking about and coping through working and making money and stabilizing my security. it's justified, right? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if that's how you've been, working through some things. But at the end of the day, you need to heal through why it is. Wait, sorry here. Why it is that, sorry about the lighting here. It is doing its own thing. So there may have been a little bit of resistance. I'm also feeling the resistance of taking 5 steps back. Like saying to yourself, well, I already cried what I was gonna cry. I already did what I was gonna do. That's it. I'm not gonna go back into that chapter. Because in your mind, Capricorn, you may have felt like I already, spent a lot of energy on X, Y, and Z, on that loss, on that, breakup, separation, or whatever. And in your mind, you're thinking of healing as in a very linear state, when this is saying, listen, there are times where you're going to feel that fresh wound. Okay. And here in December, it's about you clearing that energy. Let's take a look here, Capricorn, at your last and final card here, giving clarity here to apathetic. Apathetic means, apathetic says, I prefer to remain focused on my life right now. Again, there's this sense of like being stone cold, or acting as if you're not hurting, or making it seem like you're fine, when in reality, there's still, maybe parts of those wounds, or that wound that may have occurred in 2025 in your love life, or may have occurred even way before 2025, that may still be a little tender, that may still need a little bit more healing and more time. All right, let's see what else is coming through with apathetic, and then we're going to close this reading here, Capricorn. I want to thank you so much. If you feel that these messages have been insightful, or that you feel that they've resonated for you, don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section. That lets me know that these messages resonated for you. All right, let's take a look here at what else is coming through for you. And you have here the Wheel of Fortune. That is a beautiful energy, because the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is known as the planet of good luck and expansion. And that means that there is this sense of something spinning around, where you're no longer, after doing the work and again, that releasing, that it's not that you're not going to think about, it's not that you're not going to think about work, or that you're not going to be, focused on that. It's that you're also going to balance something off here. You're going to hear potentially with the Wheel of Fortune, it says, I trust whatever the universe brings me. There's a sense of you saying to yourself, okay, so I'm going to do the work. I'm going to do the releasing. I'm going to work on my root chakra. I'm going to work on my heart chakra. And I'm going to allow myself to feel what I need to feel, to show the vulnerability within the confines of my own private room, or, just stay at home and relax. But I'm going to do the work. And once I do the work, I am opening myself up. I am no longer resistant. I am no longer going to pretend everything is fine just because I don't want to cry about that or think about that. You're going to let it all air out. You may have been covering the wound with a bandage, but sometimes you got to take the bandage off and let the wound breathe. And so that's how this feels here, single Capricorn. You finally saying to yourself, I need to take the bandage off, and I'm going to let this grief, loss, breakup, separation, divorce, sadness breathe. I'm going to let my heart breathe. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying destiny, fate, the universe, creator, whichever your religious or spiritual beliefs may be, is saying, we're going to allow you to see here that we're sending you here some type of sign, symbol, synchronicities. For others of you, there may be an opportunity to spin your mind around and say, you know what? 2026 is the year for me. 2026 is the year where I'm going to have a clear vision of the beliefs, the values, the foundation that I am looking for, that I am attracting, because I want something more in my love life. And by figuring that out, by healing through this, it's going to give you a clearer picture of what those areas may be, so that you are able to surrender to the process of healing, and also surrender to the process of being less resistant and go with the flow of destiny and fate, and see what is brought into your energy field. Now, I do want to mention that the Wheel of Fortune has a lot to do with energy. So where your mind goes, energy flows. So it's like the universe is going to be responding to where your mind is focusing on. So you want to make sure here, Capricorn, that your mind is focusing on optimistic things. Okay? That you're seeing the glass half full, even if it may not be. But by you projecting the energy of seeing it half full, your mind believes whatever you tell it to believe. So by you being able to shift that perspective, it will allow here for the universe to respond in the frequency that you may be in here in December, so that there is this opportunity potentially for you to draw in what your mind is thinking about, what you're attracting into your energy field. Capricorn, I hope these messages have been insightful. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section if these messages have resonated for you. Thank you so much, Capricorn, and all of you who have come by and given a thumbs up here during this live reading. Don't forget to meet me in the mini readings, as well as the super chat lives. Take care, intuitive friends, and I'll see you soon.